Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Once again, it is good to see everyone here today, networking, meeting one another. It is such an amazing event for us. First and foremost, we would like to thank Ms. AZ for making this connection and coordination for making this happen, and of course, Mr. Esteban for allowing us to make this thing happen. Well, this is our very first event for, of course, for the PLMCC here in Goldsboro. Now, normally when you start an event, of course, we are trying to invite everybody, and everybody want to check it out. And some of them want, hesitant, but that's okay. That's how you grow a meeting from, you know, every time we meet, we just grow this, and next thing you know, we will be able to meet people and do business like, wow. So I'm already excited the fact that I was able to meet uh, my good friend here, Rufus.
That's correct.
And you know what? We have something in common. We did our training back in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri,
Yep, together.
Wow.
called Fort Lost in the Wood. Woo! I'll never forget that place. I have so much memories in there. Oh my goodness. So it was amazing time. But folks, if you've seen this paperwork that is going around, please make sure to fill this out and turn it into Mr. Esteban later on. He will need this. But let's go ahead and start with the word of prayer. Just to thank the Lord for this amazing time. I'm going to go ahead and do this prayer. Heavenly Father, Lord, once again, thank you for this wonderful day that you've given us. Thank you for this blessing. I pray, Lord, that you'll be with us, Lord, as we present business and education and training for everyone that's here today. Bless everyone that's here today, Lord, that's participating. I pray, Lord, that when we walk out here, we have something that we learn, something that we can use, and something that we can uh, share with others. Lord, bless us, and we pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Well, folks, let's get started. My name is Glenn Mendoza. I am the president for the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce of North Carolina, also known as Bynum CCNC. And this is our officers. Of course, we have Miss Melissa Rocamora, she's right here.
Hello.
And our external vice president is Malu Maria, right here on your right side. All right. Our secretary is not here, but our treasurer is not here, but our membership director is Miss Loisa. She's right here.
Hello.
And of course, our founder, Miss Agnes Higley Herman, she's right there. And we didn't talk today, but for some reason, both of us were wearing blue. I think it's a UNC color.
Oh, that's good.
And of course, our legal counsel is not here, Miss Leanne Nicole Mendoza. That is my daughter. She is an immigration lawyer that is actually practicing in Charlotte at the moment. So, all right. Who are we? We are the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce, North Carolina, also known as PhilMCC. We established in October 21, 2021. As you can see, we're brand new, but we are rapidly growing. To support the Filipino Americans who are interested in creating, developing business, and promoting their business locally and abroad. So normally when we start this, we always want to encourage, educate the Filipino community, and of course, our friends, so that way we can exchange culture and see also you guys, we can show you and share with you what kind of business that we do. Imagine if you can do a business not locally, but international. Now we're talking about millions.
Yeah, there we go.
And sometimes when you say millions, wow, that's a lot of number, but honestly, it's really not. Sometimes you'll see people, oh, six-figure income. Now six-figure income is nothing right now, especially with our, with the economy right now. That's nothing. You go out to the restaurant, oh my goodness. Woo!
That's it.
I think McDonald's itself is 20 bucks. Easy.
Yeah.
So that's who we are. Our mission is to grow our business, build community relation, and add value as we advocate, educate, and support our business organization and individuals. Our vision is to create greater Filipino community awareness and a supportive environment where a business owners and professionals can grow and prosper together. utilizing tools such as leadership training, education, referral resources, and networking. All right. Here's our accomplishment for the past couple years. Uh, we had been, so what we do is basically any Filipino American that's starting a business, we would always recognize them, we would give them flag, and we will welcome them in the community, and also at the same time put them on our directory. So everyone here knows what kind of business that we do. We continue to donate, of course, to our motherland, especially a lot of children and business people that are sometimes struggling. So, matter of fact, last year that's what we did. School supplies to 150 students, elementary, and that's just within the chamber here in North Carolina. We have awarded 5 recipients of business assist to the Philippines. Basically, what that is, some business owners are struggling. So what we do, we have a little bit here. They're just trying to give them something to just keep, help them boost their business. And of course, organize a successful Fiesta Sabayan Filipino Fiesta in Jacksonville. So we have done that 3 years in a row, and we are successful in there, and we are growing. So if you haven't been there, look for us next April because it's gonna be crazy. It's for some reason we just cannot adapt. Every year, everything changed, everything the attendance grew. So it's like we always have a brand new problem too. You can think, okay, we'll take care of this next year. We'll do this, and then by the time that year comes, we have done that, but then you got another problem. Oh, well, now we're needing more parkings, more vendors, more food trucks. So
It's a good problem.
it is a good problem.
Yeah.
But it seems like, man, you cannot always, you're playing catch up. It's so hard, but it's a blessing. So that's what we have done. Membership benefit, local, of course, once you become a member, local business directory, business education seminar, business member spotlight, professional and community networking, exclusive referral of network professionals. So what does that mean? Well, like for me, hey, if you need to know anything about security, guess what? Hook you up at Rufus. That's what we call exclusive referral.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Business collaboration, inspire and support startup business owner, and of course, marketing opportunity, national and international, and more. I was telling Mr. Esteban earlier, October of this year, we will have our chamber, we will be doing a trade mission in the Philippines for 8 days. So that's basically collaborating with locals over there about their business to see what we can do, for them to do business here and for us to do business there. I mean, at the end of the day, that is the most important thing, because sometimes you get capped, you can only do so much within the area. But if you can expand and extend your business somewhere else, then that's going to be a good thing. So, well, that's basically a quick introduction for our, for our chamber, and that's what we do. So, questions? All right. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the move to our next presentation. Oh, question. Kevin, go ahead.
It was like questions. Okay, next.
1, 2, 3.
I did have a question. Right, but before I could get my hand, he was an expert. But I did have a question regarding the exchange that you said that you will be having in October.
Yes, ma'am.
Trade mission. How I mean, I don't want to, limited on time, but exactly how is that working? Are you all going over there, or are they coming over here, or is it going to be virtual?
No, ma'am. We will actually go there and actually do face-to-face with folks over there. So, and they will, we will actually, we will have this big meeting in I think in Marriott. So we rented a whole space where they can actually, they'll have a booth and they'll set up. And then of course, for the American side, we also do the same thing. And we'll just talk, network with one another for a couple of days.
Oh,
I think
okay.
the first day or the second day also, they will be meeting with the president of the Philippines.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
And
So
then
is
you
that
want
open to all
to- That's what I'm about
members?
to ask.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna say,
You know,
pray about that.
absolutely. We encourage everyone to,
Yes,
you
easy.
know,
That's
to-
the key.
That could be my trip.
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
When,
Yeah, when you
I
go
was
there.
telling, I was
That's what
going,
I'm saying.
when in October.
October 22nd to the 28th.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You get a mission and then you go with your
Right,
vacation.
I have my event, I get through my event and then
Yeah,
That's right.
that's a
Yeah,
tax
that's right.
deductible. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes, ma'am. That's actually what we do towards the end of the thing. We will have, you know, we'll be
There
going
you
to,
go. That's
Wow.
we will be going to Boracay, which is
Oh, that's
the,
why you want to know.
Number one destination in the Philippines.
yes.
what?
It's a number one destination.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying, the island in the Philippines, you want to go to one of the.
You should, AC.
Yes, ma'am.
Easy, I'm with you on that.
If you,
There you go.
Do it.
but I will be,
But now, I still want to, you know, I would want to participate
Right.
Oh, yes.
in the business
Collaboration.
and,
Yeah.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
collaboration.
because,
Not
you
just
know,
vacation.
absolutely.
That's-
If you're going, just go with me, I'm going.
Yeah.
There you go, you got someone.
Right,
So who else is going? So you going and who else is going? You're going?
License.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not an option for me.
No, you got to be.
Yes, I am one of the planning committee.
Okay.
Yeah, because that
Yes,
would be
yes,
great.
yes.
to
Yeah.
have-
And then I'll tour you in the Philippines. I'll be your private tour guide. No, how about you don't need a tour guide?
Coordinate on the
That's
right.
ground,
Tour
do
guide.
some media, some content,
Yes,
stuff to put on the
that's right.
networks and stuff like
that's
that,
great.
you know?
But for the ladies, if you guys do go, please, I don't want to hear, please don't become blaming me coming back. Hey, Glenn, how come you didn't tell me that I need to bring a lot of money to the building because
But
I
I thought
see-
you were taking care of that.
because I see a lot of pearls in there
Oh, yeah.
that are on sale. And I will not be responsible for your high cholesterol, high blood pressure, because you're gonna be eating good.
Here's a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So where do you get more information about this trade?
Okay, so I just finished putting together the flyer. I'll send it over to you.
Yes,
And send it to me.
Or you're
Yes,
gonna
ma'am.
post it on the page?
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
on the page,
Yes.
Filipino
I
American
wonder if we
Chamber
can
page.
put it right
Okay.
there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. I'll send it to you right now, Madam.
Let me get my close.
Yeah, you can get on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that's good.
Yes.
So how big of the organization is over there?
I think there's a photo.
Is it large?
Oh, it's-
What type of comments are they doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. everybody, put your
Basically,
phones on
the
here.
Chamber of Commerce, so there's a big one, the federation, which is the nationwide. So we are just one of the, you know, we're just part of that federation because we handle North Carolina.
Gotcha.
But Miss Agnes right there, she's actually the vice president for the southern region,
Okay.
which is consists of,
Nandyan.
you know, North Carolina, South Carolina, all from, yeah, all the way down to, Florida. But me, I am the
And then,
vice
yeah,
president, I am the president for North Carolina, but I'm also, it's crazy because I'm the vice president for the Rocky
One
region,
year
Rocky
anniversary
Mountain
ng
region,
anak ko.
Oh, wow.
which is,
So bago po yun.
that's Colorado. I don't know why they put me in
Do
there.
you wanna announce?
Colorado, right?
Do you wanna announce how much is the registration and all that and?
Okay, well, I just want to give you a little, yeah, that's, okay.
Bring it
let's go
down.
here. So this is our,
Reduce it.
so this is our president of the country, Ferdinand Marcos. And right here, this is Miss Marie Cunning. She is the president of the whole federation.
Okay.
So, this is our trade mission. So like I said, learn practical aspect of doing business, target markets, network business to support info. Oh. So, yep. Just go ahead and read all that right there. So, basically how it's gonna happen is, you can come there early or you can do the, trade mission and then stay there for vacation. But since you wanna go there, you might as well incorporate the
Yeah.
vacation because
Yeah.
you don't wanna miss out on that. And, the actual, our actual trade show comes in, there's two phase. First phase is we're actually doing business to business, in Manila area, in the main city,
Mhm.
while we're also collaborating with youth.
Right.
So we are actually training youth and get them to also do business to business. So we're doing that in, yes, in Manila area. So right after that, we will actually go to the southern region to do a med cap. We call it med cap in the military. It's a medical mission. So I keep forgetting that. I'm used to med cap in the military. So we will do a medical mission just to, help out the folks in there. And then right after that medical mission, we will do the, you can go with us and we will go to Boracay, which is a little vacation before we go back to the US.
Very good.
Oh, yeah?
Boracay is one of the popular tourist.
Find a tourist destination.
Yes.
You'll love it there, you'll love it there,
So,
AC. I'm telling you.
Yes, that's right. You might know
And
what
the food.
Oh, I know the
That's
food is
really
great.
good.
Yeah.
So
That's
the,
right.
What is the temperature
You'll be
like, or what the
relaxed.
weather's like
Oh,
during that
humid.
Well,
time?
in October, it's gonna
Oh,
be
okay.
like this, just like that in October. But right now, it's really hot.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to
Months,
avoid the
monsoon
heat.
season, oh my goodness. So starting October, that's when it comes, cool weather coming in, so right about this time. So like I said, we have the information for that, just get with me or Miss Agnes or one
I'll
of
post
the
it in the,
officer.
in the Facebook. And
And if you do go, I can almost guarantee you will not regret it. But be prepared, be prepared
Pearls, right?
to bring, be prepared to gain some. Because it's gonna be a non-stop eating. That's, oh my goodness. Now I can't even think about thinking about that one. That's what I do. It's crazy because my family, we always plan to travel Europe, you name it. But 3 months out, it seems like 3 months out, everybody will just go to the building.
Yes.
And then, I come to realize that we are not about, my family is really not about more of sightseeing before. We like the food.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to my community, right?
Yeah. Food and
All
shopping.
right, that's great. That's great. How did that happen? All right. My laptop is different.
Yeah.
Let me share. Mr. Esteban, I think I'm gonna need your help here. By the way, while Mr. Esteban is trying to get this fixed, this is my whole family right here.
Hi, Sam.
And this is my mom, that's my wife. This is my daughter, that is the lawyer. And this is my
Oh.
brother, and this is his 2 kids, and this is his wife.
Oh, okay, so the lawyer automatically. No.
So I'm just gonna go over this real quick on what is a freight forwarder. Okay, we're good. Yep. One of our topics today is about freight forwarding, logistics. So that's what I do. Of course, I'm retired from the military and right after I got out. So this is the business that I did because I'm very familiar with this. When I was in the military, I was stationed in the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines, and I was facilitating all our logistics from U.S. to the Philippines. So that's why I was very knowledgeable when it comes to this freight forwarder. So basically what that is a third party who help organize and coordinate shipments on behalf of individual business by contracting with one or more carrier to transport the goods. So requirements to do this kind of business, You just gotta, of course, register to register under the Secretary of State. Gotta have EIN. You gotta have drop-off warehouse, international broker, which that person moves the container from one country to the other, a receiver from the other country, and of course, a delivery method. So if you look, this is how it goes: shipper, pickup, customs, cargo shipped into the port, cargo loaded on a ship, unloaded, custom, and then receiver. So it's just like another, like DHL,
Mhm.
FedEx, but this is on the international level. So example are DHL, UPS, and FedEx. Mode of transit: land, air, and sea. Most of the time, it's really cheap when you do your sea operation. And I'll tell you what here in a little bit. So for my business, that's what I do. I collect boxes from churches or from any families, Filipino family here. And just thinking about a shoebox, I'm not sure if some of you guys, some of the churches, they do Christmas box every year. Imagine that one box, if you ship it on the aircraft, that's $300. Now, I could get basically the size of 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot, and only it's gonna cost you about $100 to ship unlimited weight to ship that overseas using sea cargo. That's why when it comes to freight forwarders, that's what we use to transport them rather than sending it to big name companies. 60 days. That's the only thing. That's the disadvantage of the sea cargo because it takes longer. For us, for the military, we ship it like 3 months in advance. So that way, it's the
drop.
yes, absolutely. So that's what we do. That's what my business is, UMAC Express Forwarder LLC. We do sea and land-based mode of transit specific to the Philippines, household goods, church material, and donation. That's what I focus in. So this is our warehouse. These are folks that work with me. All these boys right here, those are either the driver, the loader, or the carriers. This is the warehouse in Fayetteville. We have actually about 5 vehicles, and this is 3 of the vehicles right now. So this is the container that we use to load everything. And once we're done, that's what it would look like on the container. And it goes straight to the ship. And then once we ship it to the Philippines, they'll take care of it. So basically,
So how did it,
that is just a quick overview for the freight forwarding business.
how do we as a customer get our product to you if we want it shipped?
Yes, ma'am. All you have to do basically just call us. And then once you call us, we will coordinate with you, schedule a time for pickup or.
It doesn't, no matter where we're located in,
Yes,
whether
ma'am.
North Carolina, the United States,
Yes, ma'am.
throughout the, okay.
But strictly for my business, I handle 9 different states. So my company has also I have business partner that actually does this. So some of them are actually in California, some of them are in Texas. So each one of what we call hubs have a specific states that we cover, so that way we don't overlap.
Okay.
So
So if we have, because people somewhere else is interested, you can refer them to another location.
yes, ma'am, absolutely, absolutely. Whoever is the nearest.
Mhm.
So yes, yes, sir. Yeah. Basically, yeah, that's it.
How do you manage?
It's really not a difficult when it's in managing the fleet because we have our own drivers, so we have our own vehicle. So the only time I would coordinate for the outside is only in the containers.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Yeah, the containers main thing.
Yeah.
Keep track of.
Well, when it comes to that, we have a broker that actually works at Wilmington, and he's the one that just pull out the container and just bring it to us.
So you don't do any type of satellite track.
No,
Oh, great opportunity.
Yes, yes, yes. And that, matter of fact, that is our next phase on our, I call it evolution. of
Put
science.
Rufus right on the side.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And that's why that's why this is good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Okay.
Well, if you don't have any more questions, anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
So I didn't know you do household goods. too, public sector.
Yes, so not only we do box back, we also household move.
Yeah.
So when the,
Wow, I
you know,
didn't know that.
military or folks that
That's
wants to
great.
retire to the
Of
Philippines,
course, big one.
basically you'll just coordinate with me. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
wow, that's awesome.
See,
Yes.
that's, yeah.
yes.
International.
I should have.
So they'll save a lot more money
Yeah.
Yes,
with,
ma'am.
if somebody moving to the Philippines.
Yes,
you know.
ma'am.
3 years from now.
And so,
Yeah,
You
I
don't
think
just ship to the
that's-
Philippines, you ship all over to other countries too, right, or other areas.
I can,
You think
but I'm
it's like-
specifically to the Philippines because within just the Philippines, it's a lot already. So when it comes to household moves, mainly I deal with a lot of militaries.
Gotcha.
So when they retire, so they just call up and, hey, man, I'm moving to the Philippines. Normally I'll ask them how much stuff you have. If they say 4-bedroom with, you know, with living room and kitchen, that could normally fit 40-foot container and more than enough. So what I'll do is I'll just coordinate that, bring that to their house, they load it. And once they're done, we just ship it to the Philippines.
So you have a 18-wheeler truck.
Yes.
So, because when we retired, they moved us
Yes,
for our last few, I mean, that's the last one from the military.
yes.
So is that something that, that would be their option? Let's say instead of the military moving them, they go through you and then at least they get it cheaper or whatever.
No,
No.
what it is you're gonna actually tell the military, I'm gonna move
To use
myself
you.
and then
Right.
Yeah,
reimburse
that's
you.
what I
Their
meant, like,
reimbursement.
let's
That's
say I want to move myself.
Yes,
You give me however much you're supposed to
Mhm.
yes,
spend for my move
Yeah.
and then I'll go through you.
exactly.
So that's an option they could.
Yes, and that also can varies because sometimes it depends where your husband, where is the original
home
entry,
record.
home of record, yes. Because that's, you know, if your home of record is Jacksonville and you're in the Marine Corps, you can move to the building, they ain't paying that.
Really?
Yes,
Right.
unless your home of record is California or Hawaii,
Right.
what the military do, they'll pay from moving here to the Hawaii. You know, they'll give you that much of money. And anything beyond that is you ain't
They
gonna.
probably made a mistake with us because we moved to the Philippines and they didn't.
Okay, that's
You
good.
were
Very good.
Yeah,
Yes.
when he retired, we moved everything to the Philippines and we didn't get charged.
And sometimes that is good for, you know,
Because
having
his home record
connections.
is Michigan, so.
That's probably about the same.
Oh, I need to contact you about that.
And then
Well, that was
sometimes,
like years ago. They probably caught on.
yeah, it's just sometimes. it's
After
just,
they move
you
you,
know.
they.
Yes.
It's my far.
Yeah, if your husband works at the logistic, he has some friends. He'll make it
Maybe he had
happen.
the hookup, huh?
Yeah. So, well, folks, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your attention. And then, like I said, if you have any more questions about anything, I'll be just right here participating. So at this time, I'm gonna turn everything to Mr. Rufus. All right.
Why am I out of focus?
Good job, Glenn.
Actually,
We have an
this is-
introduction.
Oh, shoot. Wait a second, Rufus, before you start.
That's fine.
All right, at this time, before, while Mr. Rufus is getting set up, I'm gonna ask Miss Maria to come up.
Wait one second.
Good afternoon, everyone. So again, thank you for coming, but I want to introduce our next speaker for today.
Okay.
He is a native of Greenville, North Carolina, and in business for over 25 years now as the owner of Land Connect, which empowers people with technology. And he also is a lead infrastructure engineer with Truist Bank, and he supports and administers 3,500 to 10,000 servers across 4 major data centers. And he also works with all your major vendors from Cisco, VMware, Microsoft, UMAC, Nutanix, and it focuses on support and production stability within test data centers, production data centers, and disaster discovery. But to give you an in-depth about what he does, let us welcome Mr. Rufus Bynum.
Thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. Thank you, AZ, for putting all this together. And what's his name back in the very back?
Esteban.
Esteban. Thank you so much. My IT guy. Yeah, my IT guy. I promise you I won't be with you very long, but I know we're gonna have some fun with all this. She done gave you all this information, so that's just a little bit of what we have done, but you know, over the years, I've been in IT for almost 30 years and counting, trying to get out of it, but it won't let me go, because I love it. I do love it, and I like to hear about things like this is happening, because it gives me a chance to engage and find out what other people are doing. So I appreciate all of you for allowing me to come. I really do. And for all your mothers, I'm happy to see you. Happy Mother's Day to you. I know you took some time out today. Hopefully your husbands are planning something, so by the time you get back, everything will be settled. All right, let's get involved here. Most of the time we just talking about small businesses. A lot of times they don't have a budget. They don't have a budget for the IT. You know, you kind of run on a shoestring budget half the time. And then most time your IT is the person who's got the most skills on the computer, right? So, you know, when you're having that, that's kind of layman a little bit. You know, you're not really doing a whole lot in there. So let's think about it. I guess the best way for me to engage with all of you, because I got to ask some questions. What type of businesses do most of you do that's in here? I know about you, Maria. You don't have to say anything. But the lady is sitting next to you. What type of business do you run?
I do real estate.
Real estate. Okay, so you're collecting a lot of people's information, because that mortgage app is like 4 foot long almost, you know, it's everywhere, and you're collecting a lot of data on people. So the main thing I ask people about who's doing real estate is how do you secure that data? Because I know y'all use a lot of e-sign now. E-sign is a great way to go. I know a lot of people use it, a lot of businesses use it. Matter of fact, we use it. It's a great thing, but sometimes that can be kind of complicated for older users. They don't know nothing about e-sign. You know, and then how do they sign it? Then they say, well, you just bring it up on your phone now. Half of the time, you know, they don't know how to bring it up on their phone. So how do you have to collaborate that with them? How do y'all try to get that done, especially in mortgage? I mean, not real estate.
No, what I would normally do is I would personally go there. The first time we have to go through everything, like I wasn't there. Like they're doing it on their own, but
Wow.
truly, you know, it's time consuming.
It is very time consuming. Okay. And the young lady sitting next to you?
Well, actually, I've been retired, but I'm with Atomy right now.
Atomy. Okay, what does Atomy do?
Well, we sell products.
Okay.
Coming from South
Okay, so you and Mr. Glenn need to hook up. That sounds great. I mean, he's shipping everything all across the world.
Korea. He's familiar with Atomy.
Oh, he's very familiar.
Everybody here.
I had never heard of it though.
Yeah, okay. Then we can talk about it.
Absolutely. So what type of products do you have?
Well, we have like a bunch of selections, like
Okay.
we have household products.
Okay. So that means you have a website then, right?
Yes.
Okay, so all your products are done on e-commerce then, am I correct?
Yes, and we do Success Academy.
Okay.
Time, and then we also have I forgot the name that we went to in Georgia.
Okay.
It was Success Academy.
Okay.
And 1-day seminar.
Oh, wow.
Different states.
So with e-commerce then, that's what you're doing. You're doing e-commerce. You have to collect credit card information, which is a big thing then.
Absolutely.
So I'm pretty sure you get this little message every year. First of the year, say y'all need to do what you call a penetration test to make sure your system is secure, or your IT person does.
Yeah, with Atomy, it's really pretty.
So they streamlined it for you.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. The next young lady. I've seen you before.
Yes, I do real estate too, and insurance and direct selling.
So if you're doing insurance, then you just like her, you got a lot of confidential information that y'all collect. And I think we talked about that because lots of times people have iPads. I know y'all love your iPads. Y'all just Apple people, right? And it's supposed to be the best thing in the world, but like we talked about before, last year, we had a breach. And now the biggest breach are people cloning your iPhones and your iPad.
Right.
Especially if you're going to New York. I know somebody in here can make a trip to New York. Yeah, you got to be very careful, especially in New York, because you need to kind of, because we're using a lot of devices now to clone everything because everybody's trying to go faster, greater, but a lot of times now people are just still in the little SIM cards that's in it. They don't even want to clone your phone anymore. They just steal the SIM card out of it. So be very careful with stuff like that, especially if you're traveling, because they have put monitors around everywhere, especially if you see guys just standing around, you know, they tapping their leg or something like that. They're cloning your phones. So be watchful and be mindful. All right. So secure the data. That's what I'm telling everybody on this end because y'all collecting a lot of people's personal information. Now, that's Tanisha. All right.
So yeah, me and my husband own a ocean breeze cleaning.
Ocean breeze cleaning.
We
Okay.
service residential, commercial, and Airbnb. And yes, we also.
Yeah, you're collecting data.
Mhm.
Now, here's the famous thing. I know everybody's doing this. Where is it stored? In the what? Cloud, right? Can you see in the cloud? Do y'all see the cloud? Do you know where the cloud is? It's the cloud. It's just in the cloud, right?
Yes.
Don't fear it, but try your best to understand how your business is operating with that. Cloud is very intense, but clouds go down. Sometimes clouds don't have access. That's one thing you got to make sure that you're ready for because you need to make sure that cloud is what we call redundant in the IT world. Meaning that if one side goes down, they automatically spinning up another side, so your customers will never affect. Most of the time, small businesses don't even think about to ask that question. Where are you actually storing my data? Where is it at? Is it on Google? Is it on Microsoft? Is it on Azure? You know, you got all these different things out there, or is it stored with IBM? Nobody really knows half the time because nobody asks those type of questions. Ask those type of questions to your vendor. How are you storing this information? Where is it being stored at? So if something do happen, you can still work with your clients, even if the system's offline. Because, you know, people don't forget how to write it down, make notes, and work through the system the proper way. And that requires training. My wife would tell you, she stay on the phone half the time trying to support people with problems. So make sure you're doing it and understand where your stuff is actually being stored and where it's being stored at. Now I'm coming to you. Yes.
I'm the owner of Pinay Lutong Bahay.
Okay, and you know you got to tell me what all that is.
That is a Filipino cuisine.
It's a
and
catering
catering,
business.
yes.
Okay.
And
Oh, you got to know a lot of rules and laws because you got to know about allergies. You got to know about what people can actually have. You know, you have to really have a checklist before you get there to even serve anyone. Okay, go on some more.
and also it is only a website as well. I sell clothing.
You sell clothing too. I figured you was a fascination. You know, she was talking about the shoes and everything. I figured that. Okay,
Yeah.
so that means you're kind of like a person that's in the middle because you're ordering product probably from somewhere
Yes.
else.
From Philippines, from Korea, Middle East. It's
Okay.
a lot.
Okay,
Vendors.
so how are you keeping up? Like if you're not at home on your laptop or your iPad, you're getting a little ping to your email or you're getting
Yes,
okay,
I have
Okay.
global authentication.
okay. All right, there we go. The authenticated. That's good. I like when you said that because most people say I'm just getting an email, but good if you're getting it authenticated. So it means you're getting an encrypted email.
Yes, I do.
Good. Okay, you sound like you're secure. I like that. All right. The next young lady. Yeah, my favorite lady now, because I know you cook your favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
My neighbor.
Yeah, I represent Marla's, the Global Sweet Shop. We just opened 3 weeks ago,
Okay.
so we're pretty brand new. We specialize in global inspired recipes, but specifically Filipino
Okay.
breads and pastries. desserts.
Okay. So let me ask this question. How do you cross over to like my culture? How do you cross over and branch out to me? You know, how do y'all cater to me? That's what I want y'all to think about too while we're in here. How do you cater to me because that's really another area that you can generate revenue. So how do you cater to a person like myself?
We also serve the regular cupcakes.
Okay.
the American
Well, I don't want just the sugar then. I want something
Yeah.
good.
That's why we named
Right.
the shop Global.
Okay, good. That's what I was thing I was listening for. Yeah, global, because you don't want to just tie your companies or your names to just
Right.
something that's so simple. That's why I'm getting ready to redo all Land Connect. I got to do it all over again because when I did it 23 years ago, nobody was talking about empowering people, but I was. I should have just tagged that that label Empower, and I could have got paid off that, you know, 'cause everybody's using that
It's
now.
not, yes,
I know, easy, I should have got with you right on that, yeah, I know, that was my mistake. But, you know, foresight, sometimes we don't have that, you know, so even with you doing that type of business, we gotta figure out a way to monetize every step that we have. Now, think about this with your business. If you're e-commerce, that takes time. That means you gotta wait for that report, right? You gotta see what your sales are. Then you gotta find out if you gotta order more things. What if I can tell you that I can set up AI and it'll do all that for you? Everybody look disappointed, but y'all know it's coming.
yeah.
I don't know if that's the same thing. I downloaded the AI GPT on my phone.
You don't have to, it's already there.
Mhm.
Have y'all noticed that?
Yeah.
Since we're talking about that,
Uh-huh.
AI and everything is already tied to your phone.
Mhm.
This is how we built the profiles about you. If you didn't realize, years ago, Google, Microsoft, Apple, four big boys, you know, $1 trillion companies, they said, well, we have to find out a way to get the data from people. People are going to generate this. How do we build profiles? What the first thing we gave, which y'all love to death, and that's called Siri, right? Hey Siri, do this, right? Well, do you know Siri's in the cloud? She records. I talked about this before. She saves all your data. If y'all didn't know that. Every time you say, hey Siri, do this, hey Siri, do that, I can guarantee you no one in here goes back and look at their account and say, delete that data. I know you like, I don't want to say yes, but yeah, nobody does it. So, you know, just like y'all say, Alexa, remember, we were talking about that. Alexa records everything. What do you hear now that most businesses tell you? If you're in the office and you're doing Zoom, or you on any type of call, they tell you unplug your Alexa. Why do they tell you to do that? She's recording. She records everything because she works off your voice. So what she does, she builds a profile about you and your family because everybody's talking to Alexa in the home. What type of music you like, where you want to go, what the weather's like. She's building a whole profile. The biggest thing and the worst thing that we ever did was give you what we call a smartphone because it became smarter than you. Everything that you do on your apps, everywhere you go, don't you see this kind of, yeah, it pops up. Well, you see yourself.
Next thing, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like, well, how did you know, right? Well, you got something called Wi-Fi, right? Wi-Fi works on proximity, and we were talking about it earlier. Now we were talking about geofencing. Geofencing is a new term that's coming out now for AI. That means I can tell everybody in a proximity of every area of square, pyramid, or whatever you want to call it. I can tell you everybody that's in that area. This is what Verizon and everybody's getting sued about because it was telling everybody how to sell that location. This is how we're finding a lot of people. Yeah, so it's good to have this technology, but know what it's doing. Every time you get an app on your phone, what did the app ask you? Do you want to do this? Can I have permission to do this? Nobody ever read that little fine print at the very bottom, right? You said, I just want the app because so-and-so told me it was good. Well, you shouldn't just put it up there because you're telling it, hey, I have permission to do what? Make phone calls from your phone. Y'all don't do make phone calls. Yeah, it makes phone calls. Appointments. Yeah. I can find out who else is using the same app in the location. I got all your contact list.
Look at friends nearby.
Yeah, find your friends nearby. That's what made 360. Y'all know about Life 360, right?
Yeah.
So popular, right, for families. But they like, we just give it to you. We're just gonna give it to you, right? But I collect all that data. Billion-dollar company now. Selling it all. So what do we do about all that? Nothing. Nothing that you can do. No need to fear AI. It's coming. It's here. Technology's been out for almost 10 to 20 years. We just now getting all the data and we gathering it back in. I wanted to show you a little video that'll talk about a little bit more about AI. I don't know if y'all can see that. It looks kind of small, but there's a company called NVIDIA. You ever heard of NVIDIA? How much they're making them, Miss Marie? You're our financial lady. How much they're making them?
Sure about, but it's one of the stocks that
That's
we're looking
right.
at.
Well, it's not, you just keep right on going, right? It won't slow down.
Recently.
Yeah, recently, yeah.
Hi.
Went from 1 trillion now to 2 trillion. What's making them so popular? What's making them go?
I'm sorry.
What's making them go? What's making them so popular? Why are they moving so fast? Can anybody tell me?
AI.
Not just AI.
It's
And
probably the hype of the
It's the hype.
internet.
Have y'all heard about Coinbase?
Yeah.
You heard about buying coins? cryptocurrency.
Mhm.
You heard about all these things, right?
Manifest.
You know what? You know, NVIDIA really started as a gaming thing. It was a gaming thing.
Mhm.
And NVIDIA said, okay, if we can take all the processing power and put it on a chip and stop letting you use your chip that's on your computer, oh, we can make a lot of money out of it. It took them about 20 or 30 years, but then they did it. So every company is buying into them. Elon is buying into them. He's like, oh, this is the greatest thing. Because now they can computate or compute, however you want to say it, information much faster than we ever could do before. It can take 1 trillion lines of code, computate within 30 to 40 minutes. It's done. And what we used to do, we used to have to be reactive to it, but now it's very proactive. They just say, okay, genome fencing or genome codes for your genetics. Put all the medical stuff in there. I just research all over the world, research everywhere, and I have it back within a couple of hours. We can't do that with our natural minds now. So this is what makes this technology so great, and it's moving fast. You probably can't even buy the stock now. Stock is high. I mean, you're talking about $2 trillion. It won't stop going, and they don't see no end. And every 10 years, he's telling them we're going to do better. Every 10 years, he's putting it out there. And he said, I know my competitors. They're very competitive with me. I'm gonna tell them everything that I'm doing, but I'm willing to do that because I want this technology to grow. So that makes you a little leery, but at the same time, we need to recognize AI is going to do things that we don't normally do this fast. So I know somebody had a smart car. I thought I saw it when it drove up. Very smart car. I think your car got a little smart. Yeah, it's a little smart car. So it's got a lot of stuff built in it. And this is coming. It won't stop. So hopefully I can get this video to play. That's why he's gone. But let's see if I can get this video, because I want you to see this. It's about 10-minute video. We'll come back to all this other stuff. See, this other stuff is good. It's good information. But here's the thing. I think we're behind, to be honest. We're just kind of grasping on trying to do the business part, but they done leaps and bounds over that now. They gone. They done moved past that. See, like she was saying earlier, think global. Think about how we're going to make connections. Think how we're going to get things done a little bit quicker, a little bit faster. How can I do my job without having to do my job? That's our main thing now, even in our data centers that we build. Data center used to take up this whole room. He's telling you now that the data center will be, I can show you this. Yeah. Data centers now would be probably about this size. Big difference. Data center used to take up a whole room. This is a computer, y'all. It's a real computer. It'll run circles all around. It's a real computer. It's got connections in it, all the USB, four displays in it. It's got everything in there, and the SSD card is probably about that small. It's about a terabyte. All that big stuff we used to buy, we spent so much money on because I love Apple. I know spend $3,000 on an Apple thing, and now probably, it becomes a brick. And then you got to think about what has Apple given you in the last couple of years. They just gave you a pretty square that turns green now, right? That's all you paid for, but you gave them $9 billion. That's a big difference. If I can ship all those from the Filipino area in a container, hey, look, we just find the spare parts that goes around the Apple machine, ship it over here and let somebody else build it. We'll make money. So pay attention to this video real quick. I just want you to see it, and then we're going to ask some questions if I can get it to play. Let me see. If I can get it to play. I got it to play early. But anybody have any questions before we get there? I know your brains are turning now. And the main thing about technology and about doing a lot of different things is just the main thing about cybersecurity that you have to do is making sure that you are ready at your business. And what I mean by that is your business updating itself? Is your business, yes, ma'am?
Okay, she woke up. Now, what do you do? Because I wanted to make sure everybody got addressed, like you addressed. What do you, the name of your business?
Yes.
No, I don't have a business. I work on Simmer Johnson.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure, so nobody was left out.
We're not gonna leave nobody behind, right?
Nobody left behind. Won't get all them questions answered.
All right. This young man is called Jensen Hung, who's the owner of NVIDIA. Let me see, can I get it over there? This right here. That popped up on the screen? Yes. All right, I feel like I'm a hero. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Let me see, can we get it?
Most people have no clue that
I'm gonna turn this up just a little bit so you can hear it.
money on Amazon is not a physical product.
Only 4 companies in the world are worth more than $2 trillion. Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, parent company Google, and computer chip maker NVIDIA. The California-based company saw its stock market value soar from $1 trillion to $2 trillion in just 8 months this past year, fueled by the insatiable.
And this just came out 12 days ago.
Cutting-edge technology, hardware, and software that make today's artificial intelligence possible. We wondered how a company founded in 1993 to improve video game graphics turned into a titan of 21st century AI. So we went to Silicon Valley to meet NVIDIA's 61-year-old co-founder and CEO, Jensen Huang, who has no doubt AI is about to change everything.
We're gonna speed it up. We're gonna move
It
into
wasn't
technology.
just up. It was downright gay. More than 11.
I'm gonna pause for right there for just a second. I want to say something about that. What did we have? What did we see happen during COVID? Everything stopped moving, right?
Yes.
We probably couldn't ship anything to you, right? But what did they kept telling us? We can't get what in fast enough. They couldn't get parts in. They couldn't get things replaced fast enough. And then I think you found in 2022 or 23, they started telling you that we want to do everything where? Here. So we stopped buying a lot of stuff because Taiwan was getting in a place, they was getting about to have a war because we were buying all our chips from them. So he got smart about it. He said, let's make an agreement between all of them and start building chips where? Here. Now he's going to tell you about this chip. It's gonna blow your mind when you finish telling you this. I know I'm just a geek, but I like stuff like this. I'm sorry. Hollywood, people who make music got together because their image was ready to be stolen. That's why you got all this NIL money and everything floating around them. They are changing the whole industry because now they can just put a text in there. They can write music, write a song. It can be a hit because they know what everybody's listening to. So it has changed and revolutionized the whole industry. Question, I feel a question coming.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, because I normally pay for it, and shame on me, but I was in a rush and I didn't have time to wait for a composer, but a theme song to one of the podcasts that I had on my network and one of the theme songs that I used to the opening of my videos. I did that online in like, it didn't even take 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I selected different options,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, it was, and the music is just really, you know, I was
It's
like,
captivating.
it
And the
sounds like
reason-
I
and the
found
reason
somebody
being-
for real.
And the reason being because you knew what genre you wanted. You know
Mhm.
what beat tempo you like.
Right.
And then they said, okay, I know what she likes now. Let me put it all together for her.
Yeah.
This
it
is
was
what's gonna
from
hurt the movie
different-
industry.
yeah, different samples, from
Yeah.
different, you know.
I tried it with my resume too, my biography.
Yeah.
I just give 5 to 6 commands and.
They wrote the whole thing there.
Yeah.
There it is. So who was that woman we chased after, right? You already know everything about it, right?
But AI can't do that catwalk.
No, but it will.
Not
Because
yet.
it's got a hologram that's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
The hologram's coming, so
But-
people won't have to catwalk.
Yeah, we gonna need to.
No, they're gonna just zoom it right on down.
I know, they have those. Mhm.
But one thing that I want you to hear what she says about AI that really kind of lets you know that she has a heart of what she's doing, but she's gonna tell you something at the end. I make this special.
Dishwasher.
So now you see the gist of it. That's why I said I think it's moving faster than what we can keep up with. And it's moving so fast that they're making agreements that we are just now catching up with. See, he took the technology and sold it to one of the biggest car maker who wants to be the biggest car maker, but he's running into the same problem that everybody else running into, and that's power. A lot of these companies are doing a lot of the GPU and CPU stuff. They don't have enough power to produce everything. That's why they try to put solar around. But the biggest problem with solar is it don't last as long. And it's not efficient, to be honest with you right now. The infrastructure is not in place. So what do you see happening now? A lot of the stores now are putting in the Tesla stations because there's a buy-in from Tesla say, hey, let us put it here. It costs you about $45,000, but everybody that comes in and plug up will make money off of it. So pay attention to a lot of these things because it's happening around us and it's happening quickly. Now for your small business, the best thing that you can do, secure your passwords. Make sure you have two-part authentication. Make sure you check your modem. I told you that the last time you was home. You need to check your modems. You turn the modem over, I got your password. You need to have that changed. Periodically, every quarter, change the passwords again. I know you don't like doing it. And don't just add another number behind it. You know, don't put 1, 2, 3 and then add 4. Y'all know what that password is. Change the password. And I told you a big secret about that is use Greek words and Hebrew words. Most of these don't know about no Hebrew or Greek. You know, they don't know nothing about that. Use those words. You know, I may know them. She's gonna put it out there on live and everything. But use those words. Pick those words out because you all are believers, if I heard correctly when we first started off. So if you're believers, hey, let's trust in him more. Use those words. Third thing that you can do with your phones, you know, turn them off at night. I know y'all don't like to miss no calls. I know she looked like, I don't want to miss no calls. Yeah, turn it off. You really kind of need sometimes to disconnect yourself. We took connection. Come on, you disconnected all the time. Every time it beings, right, Mike, it jumps up like, oh, who is it? You know, just turn it off. Give it a break. Give yourself a break. And also that will help the battery power up. Yes, ma'am.
Can do an airplane mode, do that or no?
Airplane mode, what is it going to do? Just turn off your Wi-Fi. That's all it does.
So turn it off.
I mean, I would turn it off completely. Airplane mode, that means you're still flying high, right? But you ain't really off. So let's just turn it off. Just turn it off for a little while. And plus that will help you with the updates too. The updates will be more efficient too when they come. Now, most times y'all keeping your phone on and it's trying to do an update, then it will just tell you, plug it up because your power about to drain. All right, any more questions?
You know, I'm just sitting down here and thinking.
Yeah, I got you in deep thought. I
It's
like
like Mr. Hung, you know,
Yeah.
waited for 12 years. From today to 12 years, what's
Well, that's what he said. If you really pay attention to technology, it's always been on a 10 or 12-year run. Look at Microsoft. It's been around forever, but now if you look at their stock, it done blew everything out of the water too. But he's very quiet about it. But if you look at what he did, first thing he did, he put it on your desktop computer and he tied it with Mac. Mac's buying into it now. And now they said everybody loves our Microsoft Teams. Y'all love that because we can get together, we can associate, we can see each other, we can communicate. You can do it from your phone, you can do it from your computer, you can do it from another country. It doesn't matter because we're challenged with a language barrier right now. But if you watch the technology, it's going to fix that. It's going to fix that. So keep watching it, keep paying attention to it, but there's a lot of great opportunities for it. Even in your fashion business, you may have a design that you don't know how to come in with fabric. It'll probably tell you, if you type that in there, hey, I'm trying to do this type of design, it'll probably lay it all out right in front of you.
everything?
Yeah, and that makes you kind of a little fearful because you're saying, oh, they can do this. What else can they do? Is it going to change? But revolutionize your industry because you're right at the brink of it. And plus, he said one good thing, and the young lady said one good thing. It doesn't have good what? Judgment. That's why we need humans.
Because you have to know, just like you were using here, you have to know what to put in
Right.
the prompts to get the out product.
Because
So that's
they
what the
code it
human
that way.
mind.
They code it that way too, because if you ask certain questions, it'll tell you don't want to respond to you. If you ask a certain question, it won't respond to you. It'll stop. Because because remember, AI can't do feelings. It don't know how to do feelings. It can only computate and compute information. That's all it does. Any more questions? Yes. Go ahead.
No, my son discovered ChatGPT about a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And he started asking questions. Mostly he's interested in outer space. And then one day I came home and he told me, Mom, ChatGPT is smarter than you.
Absolutely.
He can answer everything. Because sometimes he would ask me questions. And
Well,
I don't
you
have
need
an
to ask
answer.
them one question. Would it tell you that it loves you?
Oh, I should do that.
Yeah. Do that.
Because
That's
he
a
told
feeling.
me, like he would ask me a question, I don't have an answer, and he tells me, oh, ChatGPT is smarter.
But see, that's what we're teaching our kids now. So what it's doing, it's becoming, like he said, it's forever learning, and now it's becoming even smarter. Because your kids, they born with a cell phone, right?
Yeah.
We had the big rotary waiting for the numbers to come back. But now they born with the cell phone, so they already been breeded into this technology. So guess what? They're gonna bring something else. Especially when Facebook stopped happening, and then you had MySpace, And now you got Instagram, now you got TikTok, which we're gonna probably end up banning. Snapchat, we're gonna probably end up banning those because now the government is finally catching up saying, hey, this technology is too wide open. There's too many things that can happen. Because even if you didn't know, with TikTok, and I think it's TikTok or Instagram, one of them, you have a private sector in here. And people were sending photos that they didn't supposed to be sending. So a lot of technology is good, but it does have an undercurrent, and we do have a black web. And that's one thing I want to ask you about when you get to the Philippines, because that's a big place where you get with a lot of stuff.
I think what I've noticed also is people, especially teenagers, they get bored right away. They
Well,
want something new.
Well,
Something
because that's the way we've been really breed that way. We always move. Nobody go outside and ride a bike anymore. Got electric bike now. You ride us, right? We don't do anything.
They're just all inside the room.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you this, even with your kids, you gotta take the time to get them involved in other activities. You're gonna have to turn the phones off, especially when you're eating dinner or eating out. You just turn the phones off. But they're gonna look at you to be the example. So can't tell them, they're gonna tell you, Mom, you ain't do it. So hey. Any more questions? What'd you say, Glenn?
I agree with you.
Yeah, and it's hard to do because you remember you are wired 12 to 15. I'm gonna say 12 to 15 because I know you women, y'all got everything to do. I even tell my wife, look, you got to turn it off. You wired all day long. You just constantly going. Just like when AZ come in today, she didn't have no cord. Remember when she came in, didn't have no cord. Hey, Bruce, can I have a cord? You know, she got to get that power. She's got to turn this on. You know, I mean, it's like Starbucks coffee on. You know what I'm saying? She got to have it. You know, so you disconnect yourself sometimes. I was going to show you one more thing because a lot of times you got people that come and tell you in your business that you have to buy these expensive firewalls to block stuff. This little device right here does stuff like this. Costs you about $100, but it's a very powerful device. It's an Edge X router. A lot of people don't, you know, but I will tell you this: they spawned off from Apple. There was a guy that got mad, who was that guy, said, "Hey, I want to start my own company." Apple didn't like what he was doing, so he said, "Okay, I just spin off and do my own thing." He did it, and it's a very good product. Ubiquity makes a lot of good products, and this has built-in firewall, VPN, all that good stuff. You don't have to go in all. You can't. These are made for businesses, not for just sitting in the house. You know, I mean, a lot of people just go to Staples, Home Depot, Best Buy, and try to pick up things, but you know, those things are not really designed for your business. Because if you got a router or anything that's doing Wi-Fi at the same time, that means it's doing dual work. Remember what he was telling you about the chip? I want every chip to be able to do everything for me. So you really want to separate those two. I told you about your Wi-Fi. If you got it at your business, you need to have two separate Wi-Fi, one for the personal, one for the business. You know, put it on two different SSIDs. You know what SSID? That's the security thing that pops up. It's like, you know, they got the Wi-Fi wide open here. I don't know why they do that. It's supposed to be a college, you know. I ain't gonna say nothing. But, hey, don't mind me, you need to have a passcode. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you need to have a passcode on just about everything. You know, because I can go in there. Well, I ain't gonna say what I can do, but you know, you can find out a lot of information. You can sniff the network, and it's very easy to do. I can find everybody's device in it because I know a lot of you got your Wi-Fi on, you got your Bluetooth on. If I do a Bluetooth ping, I can pull all the information off your device. It's that simple now. So just be wise. Any more questions? Ms. AZ, you got anything? Let me move over here.
I do. Now, for businesses,
Yes,
small
ma'am.
businesses, what are some of the equipment and software you recommend? I know you said this
Unifier.
particular unifier, and if they can't or don't want to use that,
Okay.
do you recommend a VPN or?
VPN is good. If you store data, you're storing pictures, you're storing stories that you like to keep. You want to keep them, right?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you got them on drive everywhere, right?
Oh,
You best to believe that,
you
right?
best believe.
Come to talk to the coach so we can get you a Synology. I
Mhm.
talked to her, even Maria, about that. You need a Synology at your house where you can access your stuff all the time.
Mhm.
But it's very secure. It's been around for a long time. A lot of people didn't know that. Synology is a very good technology that you need to probably get. It's a Synology and it stores data. It works just like the big boys. They keep everything up to date. It's secure, got two-part authentication for your login. It also scrubs your data. People who have medical stuff, it scrubs data. It's telling you before the hard drives go bad, hey, you may have a problem. How this one, let's get it replaced.
Mm.
So those are the type of things, especially if you're doing photos and stuff, you can secure that, you can block that. So Yeah, you need to have the coach.
Now,
Coach need to come sit down and talk to you.
there you go. Now, this is for everybody, because I'm
I
about
know.
all businesses. And what about cloud storage? Do you
Cloud
use-
storage,
do
I
you-
like it.
I don't do it.
But here's the
I'm
thing.
talking about just for other people.
Okay, let's just be honest.
General cause.
This is right now stored on the cloud, right?
Right,
But guess what? It won't let me save it nowhere but where?
the cloud.
And that's up.
Mm-hmm,
But you can save it. You have to make a copy. They
right,
don't tell you that. Because they're trying to get you used and adapted to it. Hey, you just keep it here
right.
where we have it. And if you don't pay that Microsoft bill, guess what? We really have it.
We really have.
Right. You know, that's that $99 a month. Right. We hold you hostage.
There's always way to go around.
Right.
Mm-hmm,
I always tell people, you hear this word called on-prem. On-prem means it's at your location.
mm-hmm.
You can do both, on-prem and hybrid. I can be in the cloud, I also can be at home. You know, so, and then y'all have this famous problem, especially if you got iPads and iPhones. What is y'all most major problem you always have? Storage. Give me a 99 cents for the next storage after we do the update, right?
Upgrade to
Yeah,
1099.
upgrade, but then after the upgrade, I done ran out of storage. What happened? We want 99. Want 9.99 for another 5 gigabytes, right? 5 gigabytes. But what do I tell you? I can give you 38 terabytes.
Yeah,
That's a big difference.
yeah, it is.
Or you probably have multiple photos that are duplicated, videos,
Yeah.
photos that you don't.
Well, that's
Yeah,
why,
see,
that's what's good to have
I'm not
technology.
in need of that 38 terabytes, because I
Yeah.
got that big stuff.
And you gotta get away from the big old drives. We don't use big drives anymore. We're going to SSD, but that's going to change. Then you're going to M2, those a little bitty chip
Mm-hmm.
that slides inside. So that's going to change. You're going to see that the big old drive that we've been buying for years, they're going on sale.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to get rid of all of them. You know, there's a problem. So they're going to be like 99 cents, $99. I mean, you can get a terabyte for like 99. I mean, it's cheap now, but you used to have to pay 40, 50, $100.
Yeah.
So now you got 16 terabytes, but then you're going to 32, and then you got things called petabytes, which nobody in here gonna be able to afford. So be thinking about that, and then you think about SSD drives. Those are very drives that have no mechanical parts in them. They'll last good. If you got laptops that's older, that's running real slow, just change the drive out. Get you another one. It'll make your laptop run a lot better. Okay. And you don't have to buy a lot of software for like for security on your software. I know y'all love certain ones. I ain't gonna say the name, start with an N, and then the other start with an M. Y'all love buying them. They give you subscription service, and then it runs out in a year. You had to buy it again. You don't need all that. It's already built into Microsoft. So you know, just use what's there. Just keep it updated. Anything else? I see you got a question right up here.
I don't know where to begin. I'm just gonna get.
All right.
And I'm thinking also about, it's not safe anymore at all, huh? Paying
No.
Zelle, CashApp.
Oh, you like Zelle and CashApp? You want to talk about that?
What's
Oh,
that?
man.
Okay, let's talk about it. Zelle. You know who invented Zelle, right?
No.
Bruce and BBC did that years ago.
Yeah.
Then we sold it to every other bank. Okay? We did a lot of that. Zelle is good. All these apps are good. Here's the best thing you can do when you're doing a Cash App, a Zelle, a Square, any of those things. Always to your party that you're sending it to, send a small portion first. Because what you don't know in the small nomenclature at the bottom, once you send it,
You're gonna get
they're not responsible anymore.
Mm.
All that responsibility is on you because they said you should know who you're wire transferring money to. That's what it is, a wire transfer, and we get 10 million a day. Yep, Venmo, all of those. PayPal have them.
Well, PayPal, no.
Yeah, PayPal got it.
Yeah, but I can get my money back.
Yeah, you can get your
I
money
get
back.
my money
Yeah.
back with PayPal. That's
Yeah,
why
but you gotta send
I
that email
encourage-
though. You gotta,
Right,
yeah.
so that's why I encourage people in my business, they be wanting to do PayPal, Cash App or whatever. And it's the thing, like, especially like when you're doing, like if you're doing an event or something like that, and somebody, I got the verification, but
Right.
for Cash App. But if they send it somewhere else by mistake, that's
It's
just on
gone.
them.
Yeah.
I
Can't
didn't
get it
get,
back.
I can't give you anything.
That's the biggest threat that
You
everybody
know.
has, but you gotta understand this. Even though we have AI and we have everything else, somebody else still have to go back behind and try to verify where that money was sent. Because in America,
Right.
you
But-
gotta know where all the money is being going.
Right.
Transferred.
But if somebody, like, if, let's say I was trying to send something to your business and and there's somebody, like a lot of people, they might have something close to yours.
Yeah, they'll fudge the name a little
Right.
bit, right?
You know, they'll stick a one or underscore. If you send it to them, I mean, you can't get your money back. Oh, too bad,
That's why I
too
said
bad.
send a what first? Send a
The
dollar.
small.
Just for them
yeah.
to verify. And here's the thing about Cash App, everybody like to put the little name, everything on there. Don't do that. Just ask them for the telephone number. The telephone number there, it's gonna pop up.
Mm.
And it'll tell you what that verification is. That's how you can check if people sending you the right stuff or not. And then on the Cash App, you also got to understand you can only have one tied to every email. But here's the thing, the email is the security card. Everybody got a lot of emails now, right?
Yeah.
Emails change, guess what? Your Cash App just changed. So if you close your Cash App out, you got to make sure you change everything or close it out the correct way. Because it'll stay there. Yeah. So everybody, so yeah, and kids love it, right? They love that Cash App.
I love it.
Square. Square is good, but
Cash.
Square has a lot of fees.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fees tied to it.
That's for the business.
Yeah, it's for the business, but it's good
Yeah.
for business. You can tie your e-commerce stuff right in Square. It's easy to make your portal, boom. It's all one CRM all by itself. Anything else about the Zelle, Cash App, anything else? Yes, ma'am. Here's the biggest thing before you ask the question. Here's the biggest thing about any of those things. Go to your bank, right? Go to your account, set the little simple thing. What is AZ? What I'm telling you you're supposed to do? Because you're supposed to, I went over this twice with you. Set an alert.
Oh, yeah.
Set
Oh, yeah.
alerts on your account. So every time your account send money out, it sends you alert. If you know that wasn't you, you better hurry up and get on the phone.
Exactly. And if you got Cash App, you can lock your account.
That's right.
Your
You can
card.
put a little safe card number, a PIN number. Put a
Right,
PIN number
and
on it.
lock your card every time you use it, so
Yep.
if somebody.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I've been using CashApp for 2 years,
Yeah.
but all of a sudden it was closed.
Oh,
Oh, they took your money, huh? You gonna have to fight. You gonna have to fight.
no.
Yes, they open.
If it's closed, that means you got something that happened that they kind of question.
Yeah, but they cannot provide any information.
Yeah, they don't like to. Best thing for you to do
You
is
gonna
set
have
up
to
another one.
fight.
You can set up another one or square it or get something else. You're gonna have to
But-
set up something else. They ain't gonna let it go.
But if you got, they will, but you gotta fight. Do you
You
have
gotta fight.
money in it? You better fight for your money, because
Here's the
a
big
lot
thing.
of
I'm glad
people.
you say that about the money.
Yeah,
If you're using Cash App and all those things, you know, get to the end of the week, kind of like transfer it out, put it in your account.
because what Cash App does is
Yeah.
if you are spending, getting money in,
So much of it.
so
yeah.
much, like normally, if you only get, if you, your normal product sell for $25, and then you getting a bunch of $25, and it doesn't think anything of it. But if you start selling something, let's say for $50, or different
Cash App
amount,
flags a lot. It does.
and
flag.
you're the
It
bank
flags.
person.
Yeah, it flags a lot. A lot of those get flagged as, like what I tell my daughter all the time, she's saying, look, don't be sending people money like that, especially out of your main account. Don't do that. Set up another account and do that out of, because the banks will start looking at it like, okay, it's a lot of fraudulent activities happening here. We can't keep up. And you know that Cash App now just start hitting you with a 1099. Anything that's coming over so much amount of money now. So it's crazy. I think you had a question.
Yeah. Like where we travel, so when we use cash every state, like if we don't call our bank, so
Mhm.
our bank call us that, hey, somebody use.
Wow.
So the bank.
So you have alert and a fraud
Yes.
alert on your
So
account.
after that, when we travel all the time, before that, we call the bank, hey, we need to do something. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
great idea. You can put a fraud alert on the
Yeah, we
account.
do that for a long time.
Yeah.
So we don't need to.
Here's the thing about your accounts. I would tell anybody that's in business, have your business account, have your personal account, have another account. Set up 3. That way you don't get it all kind of discombobulated. And then when you turn your taxes in to Maria, she'll be able to do it the right way. You don't have to try to figure out and differentiate what's real and what's not real.
You're a accountant now, huh?
Yeah. And these are some of the things I wrote up in there, what you can do, build better relationship with your vendor, 2-part security. You need a coach. You definitely gotta look at this one. You need this all the time. You gotta have a person you can call. Y'all got the number now, so
Well, just
call.
give it out again.
919-222.
Well, wait, they write it down.
Maria probably put it in the chat for you. 919-222-0733. And if I don't respond within a couple of hours, I may be in a meeting, but just send your question. Send your question to me. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible.
One more time, please.
919-222-0733. 222, I gotta keep you happy, 'cause I'm coming to see you. 222-0733.
07.
This thing right here that most people don't do, this part right here, y'all need to do that, especially ladies. You need to do that from time to time. You need to get rid of your old equipment. If you got any computer that's 5 years old, you already,
But where do we get rid of?
I mean, you just need to stop using it.
Oh, okay.
Because one thing it does not have, it doesn't have the security chip that they're gonna be using with the new software.
Yeah, it doesn't work
Microsoft,
anyway.
Microsoft stuff getting ready to go away in October. So if you got Windows 10, sorry, time is up. It's going away. No more updates. That means you're getting ready to be vulnerable for the whole world. They're not gonna update it anymore because it's been 14 years.
Yeah.
Time for it to go. So you gotta move over to Windows 11. And most of your older computers are not ready for Windows 11 because it doesn't have a TPM chip in it.
Yeah.
I've been riding it Windows
Well,
10.
you can ready to ride it till they ain't riding no more.
Right, but my computers are newer, but what I wait to the very last minute. So all of y'all that want to be on the newest Windows 11, all the mistakes that happen, the bugs, they play with y'all.
I did this on the last meeting that we had, just talking about the major thing that's happened over the last week. This is the most things that I saw out there on the internet. All this is failed. Failed data, Windows, people hacking it, CEOs now talking about accounts, because every CEO wants you to log in from home. If you log in from home, you gotta make sure you have the authenticator. Even my wife, she had trouble with that, called the help desk, nobody could help her because she had no way to authenticate. So it was a headache. And, they're attacking all your devices now. I can tell you this by being in the industry, we get, like I said, 10 million hits almost a day for wire transfer, but you get millions of hits every hour coming from all over the country trying to break into the system. So if they're doing that to us, and you're doing a lot of business at your home, and it's not encrypted on your VPN, hey, be careful because you might be tracked. And most of the time they'll put little, what they call worms, or what y'all used to call them for the old way. It'll just be embedded code that just sits there. It won't activate until later on. Somebody's out there with you. All right. So just be careful. But that's it. That's all I have for you. Let's go on further. Any more questions? All right, I'll turn it back over to Ms. Maria.
Well, thank you, Sir Rufus. And thank you everyone for coming. I think we all learned a lot of things today, and I hope when you go out, incorporate that to your business or to your personal so that it would be put into use, right? The time that we have here. So power is more, knowledge is more powerful when you use it. That's what we call, right? But before we end the event today, we want to give a certificate for recognition to our speaker.
Thank you.
Could you all get?
You
Could you?
graduated
Excuse
today.
me.
I graduated today. Thank
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
you.
Wait,
We're not the right way.
no, I want you in front of.
How you
I want you in
Where's
front.
Glenn? Glenn.
Maria
She already
and
gone.
No,
That's good.
Maria and Rufus.
Oh, stand there together, Maria and Rufus. Okay. You want to hold that, Maria? You want?
Hold on.
Wait one second.
We got to make it look like you did something.
Let me call.
Yeah, I want you in front of it.
Oh, okay.
Let me call. Let me call him.
Glasses off and get a reflection.
No,
You want to stand here beside us?
let me call.
Ako magpupunta sa inyo. Sige na. Wala si
Okay, just move your shoulder up. Okay.
I have one now. I can take pictures.
Which way? What do you want to
See,
do?
I want this.
You want that information?
Yeah,
Okay.
you wanna fill
You want me
out.
to move this out of the way then?
Maria.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. All right.
They're both tall.
Right.
Very good, very good.
Okay. Okay.
Is that good?
I'm just gonna give a still shot. I just wanna make sure you all smiling good.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That was very, very informative.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Y'all don't know how much trouble I've been in the last 3 days.
I'm gonna have to
My
put up
wife
my
will tell you,
manager.
I just came from Raleigh this morning.
Yeah.
Right to get here.
We also would like to recognize Miss A.Z. Hubbard.
Oh!
Thank you very much.
Can I run the camera now?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. President, come on over here.
Oh.
Always make sure you get this
Thank you, thank you.
Right here. Okay, 1, 2.
All right.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you.
Mr. Esteban, if you could please come up here. On behalf of the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce of North Carolina, we would like to present you the certificate of recognition to Mr. Esteban
Usman, go.
Guzman.
Usman.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Hold it right there for a minute. Okay. Do it again.
All right.
Uh-huh. All righty.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, we gonna definitely talk.
But thank you, everyone. There's still food.
Oh, okay, we
Why don't we
finished.
take a picture of everybody?
Oh, that's right. Everybody.
Picture of everybody.
Everybody.
I didn't know where I was sitting.
Everybody. I want to, because I'm gonna do a screenshot, so we all gonna get, I'm gonna be in the
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, excuse me. Excuse me. Hello? Yeah, I need everybody to the front.
iPad? Yeah.
Could you put the FIL, Goose, can you put that on the screen? Can you put that on the screen? You had it up there before, FIL,
Okay.
the FILAM, right, on the screen. I need everybody to the front. 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 Everybody to the front.
I gotta get this thing. There you go.
Everybody to the front, please. Wait 1 second, we gotta get them over there. We're gonna get this up here first.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it a little bit. Cause I'm gonna want everybody within those 2 things, cause I'm gonna cut out everything else. So y'all can come up some, and I don't want anybody in the past. Nobody else. Okay, so we're gonna be sad. Cause I want the logo up here.
She wants to see the F, I mean,
FIL, huh? No, I want all of y'all, I'm gonna get in this picture too, but I want to get everybody set before I get to the front. Okay, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get in. Just save me a space somewhere.
Okay, right here.
Okay, I want to make sure I can see everybody's space. Yeah. When I'm gonna count to 5, if we just go in here. Okay. I just want to make sure I can see faces.
Is this AI? It can recognize your voice?
No, it's the camera running. I'm doing a screenshot. So everybody just stand still and smile. Okay.
All right.
So we've got everybody. Now, I would like to have the officers together. Thank you, everybody, for coming, but the officers, and then I want you in there too. I want you. And the keynote speaker. The officer, not yet, Rufus, not yet, Rufus. Can you put that back up there? Can you put Can you please put it? Rufus, I can take you out, but I just want that. I want y'all to slide just a little bit up. Take 3 steps over this way. Bitty step. This way. This way. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Okay.
There it is.
Okay. All righty. Thank you. And Rufus, you want it again? Wait a second. Get back in there then. Okay. This smile. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cheese. Beautiful.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Rufus, get in there with him since you keynoted.
All right.
Please. Could you move closer to Agnes? Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cheese. Thank you so much.
All right.
I think we got everything.
Yes, absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
I'm ending recording.
Really talk to you.
I love it.